Good morning, guys. It is only -14 out there in the Great White North today. I want to take a walk and try out this new Peak Design light strap that I bought. It's for the cameras, the mirrorless, and you put these little red dongles on there and they slide right into the strap, and we're going to try it. Now, I'm a little disappointed. This is the light version, so it's only about 1 inch wide. I wanted the full-sized strap, which is probably double the width and has padding on it. However, you can't get them anywhere. I think this is another one of those COVID things where you just can't get them. So I ended up, I had an order placed for one of those, had to cancel it after a month, and this is what I ended up purchasing. Actually, you see that loop right there? I've only used this in the house for 5 minutes, but the way this thing is designed, your camera hook's on that bottom end right there. You're left with this huge loop coming off of your shoulder. I don't think I like it. And these things are not cheap. 79 bucks plus tax for the light version. It's a strap, people. The strap that this is replacing, I think I paid $8 for on eBay. Now, yes, after 5 years of hard use, the other strap did break, and I showed you guys to put a safety piece of paracord so that you would have 2 points of contact on there. And I just thought this would be, you know, maybe a modern, you know, Gary needs to stop using paracord and get into the modern technology here. I don't know if I like this thing. Let's take it for a walk out in the bush. Give it a try. We'll see if we can find some nice snowy scenes. We did get some fresh snow last night. Gage is whining at the door already. Let's do this. I'll just show you guys before we take this outside. So you can see there's one of the loops there, and you're supposed to adjust this strap. You just lift these little arms, and then you can slide the strap up or down. But to get rid of that big fold in the strap, I made one very short. This is the one that comes off the front of your body. I'll show you guys when I'm wearing it. These just slide right into here, and then it's locked on. And there it is, locked into place. And to get it out, you have to push down and slide it to release it. So, I mean, it is cool. It is very adjustable. Also, I'll mention that the strap, one side is smooth, and then this side here has ridges, and that's supposed to catch on your shoulder. So if you don't want the camera to slide, you turn it over and you use it that way. And it is very sticky, these things. They almost feel like they're a rubber coating. So, we had a pretty good snowstorm last night, and I was smart. I went out and did my plowing last night, so today we can just do some exploring. I want to talk to you guys about this time of year because it's a good reminder for even myself. I've dealt with anxiety, I've told you guys, for years, right? I consider myself an anxiety battler, not an anxiety sufferer, because I will battle it. I will not let it get the best of me. And I have always done that through a series of exercise, meditation, yoga, cognitive thinking. These things we've talked about before, they've all helped Gary in his journey. But I just wanted to point out that even myself as a lifelong battler can still hit rock bottom in this time of year. Now, what's pushed me over the edge this month, I have actually had anxiety. Gary pacing the floors at night trying to find something to do anxiety. And it's just a mindset. You have to, you know, do some meditation, slow down, plan your day. What am I going to do tomorrow? Keep myself busy. Simple stuff like that, right? But in the moment, you can still get caught up. And I've been caught up in it the last 3 weeks. I'm going to tell you guys why. I have had the worst eyes for the last year. And I have not been able to figure out what it is. It started last March. Goopy, sticky, stinging, crusty, burny. Now, I am a dry eye sufferer. And in the last year, I have tried this. Before, it never affected my vision, right? It was always just irritating. In the last year, it gets to the point where I'm actually blink, 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 and my eyes don't focus. Anything to do with eyes and vision freaks Gary out and pushes Gary over that anxiety edge. I dread the day when this guy gets cataracts, right? Light blue, beautiful blue eyes, as everyone says. Yeah, prime candidate for cataracts right here. All my grandparents, my stepfather, they all had cataract surgery. I'm like, I'm not going to survive that. My anxiety's going to... Anyway, in 30 years when that happens, we'll take that when that happens. But that is why my anxiety has been through the roof. And I wanted to just mention, I figured out what it is. I think I have figured out what it is. It's been a year-long trial of, oh God, I could show you 25 different boxes of eye drops that I've used, and they do nothing. And that began to put me on the suspicion that it's not a lack of tears. In fact, when I'm outside, I'm always wiping my eye because it's always watering. I have what they call meibomian gland dysfunction. And I have only come to realize this in the past couple of weeks, where the oil glands in your eyes are not producing enough oil. So you can put all the eye drops you want in there, it's not going to help. And I found this amazing video online. Maybe I'll link to it in the description below, because if any of you guys are suffering from this and you're not aware, I was not aware. My eye doctor did not make me aware. In fact, I've actually got an appointment to go back and see her, and I'm going to tell her what I found, what I think it is. And it's a very simple solution that seems to be working. I'm on day 4 of my treatment, and that is heat pads over the eyes, which I've been using for the last year, twice a day. So you heat up your eyes, you listen to some music, you just meditate, whatever. That gets your eyes running. And what you do is, before I was just working my eyelids and they would start to water. And that would be the extent of it, right? I would run my finger back and forth over each eye. Oh, they're watering. And, you know, within 3 hours, here I am, dry eye symptoms again. I found this video that shows I was very close to doing the proper thing. What you're supposed to do is, these glands run vertically from the bottom of your eyelid and from your top eyelid. And what you're supposed to do is work your fingers down over your top eyelid and up over your bottom eyelid, and that gets them working again. So through a combination of doing that twice a day and putting in a gel at night, I don't like the gel. I can't see when I put the gel in, but hey, stay up till you're ready for bed. Pray you don't have to get up and, you know, there's a fire or something, because you can't see when you put this stuff in. You're going to run into the wall. But anyway, so this is my struggle. This is my anxiety. You know, with this time of year as well, with the dark, the snow, I mean, it's dark at 5 o'clock at night. It can get you down, and I just wanted to remind everybody that even the best of us that struggle and have a plan in place and have been, you know, for years, don't get down on yourself, because it's a never-ending battle. I think we're programmed that way, those of us that have it. It's not something we can ever turn off or beat. You have to be a lifelong battler of anxiety, and just don't give in, right? That's my advice for you guys. Don't give in. Always find something to look forward to. That really helps, right? Planning, scheduling, cognitive thinking, all the things we've talked about. If you guys need to talk about it or have any questions, you know, always, you can comment down below. There are lots of guys on my channel that are in the same boat. We've talked about it. We all have different solutions that work for all of us. So if you have any of those issues, feel free to comment below. I'm going to walk over here. We've got some old vehicles I've showed you guys from the 30s in the bush. I just want to see if there's a photograph over here. I don't think I've ever come in here to take photographs of these old cars in the winter. But they are pretty cool. This is our 1930 metal detecting spot right behind my house. Hey, you stay out of there till I take my pictures. Yeah, I've got a thing for old cars in the bush. I don't know why. Those are my favorite photographs. That and fences. I don't know. For 30 years, I've been shooting old farm fences. I just like what I like. Old stuff. All right, I'm done. You can come. Come on. I made him wait over there till I got my photographs. Good boy. You were listening today. Yeah, you can check it out. There's another old buggy back here, but there really isn't a lot of photographic. There's one on its roof there. This one here is kind of cool. And then the remains of the old buggy. And of course, we've done a lot of metal detecting in the old can and bottle dump right in here. 1930s, even some stuff before 1930 in there. Yeah, I have to say that since I adjusted this front strap, it doesn't bother me that much. It's all good. I'm liking the new strap. So the big thing for Gary is exercise to mitigate, you know, anxiety, sitting around, feeling bored. Every day I start my morning now. I moved my Wii U, which is 10 years old. Next month, I've had the Wii U was probably the best console I've ever purchased. I'm a gamer. I've owned every PlayStation, computers. I'm mostly a PC gamer now. But the Wii U, I bought that when my daughter was 6. And she's now 16. The original battery on this thing is still working. I've been playing workout games on it. This is where I was going with the anxiety. I brought the Wii upstairs into the big living room, so I have room to work out. I've been doing yoga, power workouts. There was a game called Your Shape, 2012, 2013. They had a Wii Fit game that came with the Wii. So there's all kinds of yoga and stuff on there. You know what? To do a 45-minute workout in the morning, it's fantastic. I do that. Then in the afternoons, I work out with my daughter. She's 12 and she's in volleyball, so they're big on workouts. So we do all of our squats, weights, push-ups, chin-ups, all the heavy-duty stuff, right? We do that in the afternoon. And then in between, I go on long, romantic walks with Gage in the forest. That's how Gary's dealing with his anxiety. And it seems to work pretty well most of the time. Now that my eyes are feeling better, it's working. The other thing I was going to say about the anxiety is it makes you not want to do the things you enjoy. I haven't had any urge since we came home from Arizona to grab my camera and come out. It's beautiful here, but because I live here, I'm like, meh, you know, it's cold, I couldn't be bothered. And then, you know, I guess part of the anxiety is I got to find something better to do with my time. So my second piece of advice for anybody out there is, you know what, if you have a hobby that you love, whether it's painting or photography or whatever, music, writing, playing music, any of that stuff, and you don't feel like doing it, my advice is force yourself just to do it. After you do it for a day or two, you throw the camera on, you go for a walk, you get back into that mode and you want to do it. It gets you going and doing it again. And of course, on top of that, we have to keep reading, right? I'm reading spiritual books. We are on book number 3, Scott Peck, The Road Less Traveled. So I think the third one is Beyond the Road Less Traveled. That's what I'm currently reading. The second one, I want to say, was not as good as the first one. The first one, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. I love it. I've given it to a couple people now to read. I've recommended it to a dozen people to read and on the channel a couple of times. The second one is more like essay style and presentations that he did after he became famous from writing the first book. So there were some great points in it. It's worth reading, but I'd probably only give that one like a 6.5 out of 10. But it kept the mind working, right? So when you've got half an hour in the evening or in the morning before you go to work, whatever, and you're just sitting there, instead of turning on the TV, I suggest reading, right? Something spiritual or something where you're going to grow and learn something. That also helps with my anxiety. A lot of anxiety is tied in with compulsive thinking, right? You get in this headset of focusing on the negative. In my case, the last 3 weeks, it's been my eyes. And I will obsess over this to the point of not doing my work. You know, I got to put that off because I have to go do an eye treatment. Or, how are my eyes feeling every hour? You know, I'm rolling my eyes around, rubbing them, and you obsess over it. And so whatever you can do to get yourself busy doing something else, not thinking about it. I've even contemplated picking up some part-time hours or volunteering this winter. I really wanted to teach up at the college, but COVID kiboshed that again this year. So I don't think I would go back and teach the sciences, which I was doing before. I also have a diploma for art, and that's where I started, was in graphic design. Straight out of high school, I did a graphic design diploma, and I worked in that field for 8 or 9 years off and on. Marketing and things like that. I would love to teach that to the kids because a big component of that can be photography, right? So, and as well as the digital products like post-processing and page layout and design and all those things. I have all those skills as well. I would love to teach that. And you know what? I just feel that if it's meant to be, an opening will pop up, and at some point I'll get into that. I'm looking. I've taken the time to start saving some web pages, and I'm starting to look. You have to start the process, but if it's meant to be, I honestly feel the universe will smack you in the nose and say, here's an opportunity, right? You're going to see it. You're not going to miss it. I also feel that we create these opportunities just by the simple fact of me deciding that's what I want to do. I think that something will come down the pipe. I've had many examples in my life where things have happened because I've made decisions to, that's what I want to pursue, and then all of a sudden this great opportunity just arises. And the last thing that I'm going to say, guys, that maybe you do, maybe you don't feel this way, but I feel the need for companionship in the winter, right? I get bored, I get lonely, even though I have my wife and kids with me every day. The kids don't really want to hang out with Gary, right? Unless they're forced to play a game or watch a show with me, or, you know, they got better things to do. They're teenagers, I understand that. But what I've done is I've started every week inviting a different group of friends over, or family, my mom, my brothers and sisters, whoever, and we're doing game night. And I invite them over for dinner, so it's a whole thing, right? You know, mom comes over and she might have a shot of rye. I'm not saying mom, but she might. And then we play some Yahtzee or whatever, you know, that's, mom's got her favorites. And then next week I have a different group of friends and people over and we'll play something else or do something different. I tried, my buddy Tim brought over his virtual reality set that his daughter Jolene got for Christmas. You know you're getting old when you can't put that thing on and actually play the game. So they videotaped me and I didn't know this was going to happen. And it wasn't even a game I was playing. They just put me on a roller coaster and I've got this VR set on and I'm in the living room with lots of space around me. I couldn't stand up, guys. I'm not even joking. When the thing started moving, my knees were, I was like, it's so disorienting. It's amazing technology. Like the 3D, the effects, the move, like you feel like you're moving, but it confuses my old brain because I'm like, my feet are firmly planted on the ground and yet I'm moving in this roller coaster. And so I felt like a fool because here I am. I literally dropped to my knees a couple times and I couldn't get up, and they were laughing so hard they weren't helping me up. And so that's how Gary's first introduction to VR went. But then they showed me the videos of Tim's brothers and sisters and people that they'd had over at the house. And a lot of us old farts are the same. We just can't do it, right? We give the VR set to the kids and they're like, woo, can this thing go faster? And meanwhile, I'm like, I can't stand up. So invite your family over, invite your friends over, do something, you know, even if it's just for a coffee. You don't have to play games, but you know, movie night is nice, game night is nice. Oh, you can see in here where the porcupines have been working. Every year they find a new tree to destroy, or two, and they eat the bark right off them. We've talked about this before. It's pretty cool. Gotta do what they gotta do to survive up here. It's cold and nasty. Does that make you feel lucky, Gage, that you get to come in the house every night? 2 squares a day and lots of doggy treats? I know, you should feel lucky. And on that note, a big dumping of snow just went down the back of my neck as if the universe was saying, you're lucky to have Gage, mister. Okay, you guys aren't going to believe what just happened to me. And I'm not going to show it in this video because that's not what this video is about. We are at the creepy corner. And I was just filming. I said, hey, here's where we are. I'm going to keep filming anyway. And something strange happened. It's going to go in the next creepy corner video because I can't explain what just happened. So stay tuned for that. Now, ew, the hair on the back of my neck standing up. What's he looking at? Oh, there he goes. Oh, oh. Gage found something. Hey, it's a porcupine. Hey, buddy. We were just talking about you. Trust me, you don't want anything to do with that guy. Trust me. All right, guys, I'm going to put the phone away and enjoy my hike through the rest of the snowy forest. I hope that the tips I've given you guys for dealing with anxiety help some of you, even one of you. That would be awesome if I even helped just one of you guys. Remember, we're all in this together. I'm the same as you guys. I'm a lifelong battler of anxiety, and I wouldn't give these tips to you guys if I didn't know what I was talking about, if I didn't suffer myself. So it's hopefully something that we can all learn from. Post comments below if you guys have other tips for people. Post any questions if you have questions or issues that you want to deal with. It's a great community we have here, and you guys help me a lot. Sometimes when I'm feeling down or have questions, don't know things, you guys help fill me in. There's jokes, I appreciate all the positive comments. I love the community that we've built here, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next adventure. I almost forgot to mention, guys, I am digging the Peak Design light strap. It's doing a great job. It's sliding along nice here. Those things that I was worried about, double strap there, not really an issue. So thumbs up for the Peak Design. I've got the rosy cheeks to prove that I just came back from that walk, and I forgot to mention that the Peak Design strap, it's very small compared to my old strap, and that's a huge benefit because I can put it in a side pouch in my pack sack. It's tiny if you fold it up, where my other one had a big shoulder pad and stuff like that. So that's a really important thing to mention about those straps is the size of them.